Appreciate it.
Tennessee Tech head coach Bobby Wilder, the team back on the winning track, beat Charleston Southern 28-23 last weekend in a game that had a lot of exciting plays. This week, Lindenwood will come to Cookeville for their matchup. So, Coach, just give us your thoughts, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, the first thing I want to do, Kyle, is address last Tuesday's press conference that I had where I was quite upset about the schedule. We have the model, and just give a brief recap of where we are at Tennessee Tech and the league scheduling model. Had some really good conversations with league leadership, tech leadership. I stand by my words, my passion for TTU football. I apologize for the delivery of the presentation to the league and to TTU leadership. And I've learned in my life, when you speak truth to power, you better back it up with a very detailed plan. And this plan is coming together. I've talked to almost every other head coach in the league. Great conversations about what we can do to improve, how we can make a good presentation to leadership. And here's the motivation, Kyle. Tennessee Tech football is going to become a successful program. I'm convinced our league can become a multiple bid league. I really believe that. This is my first year in the league. We've got good coaches. We've got good players. The facilities are getting better around the league. Our facilities, Kyle, are about to just really jump off. We've got a $60 million stadium project going on right now, that west side of the stadium with a brand new state-of-the-art locker room and seating and suites, press box. We've got a $15 million operations center that's coming in the near future. And our president, the number one reason I accepted this job December 3rd was offered was President Oldham. His vision, not only for Tennessee Tech, but for the program. And how about this, Kyle? You look around the country, most four-year institutions right now are losing enrollment. At Tennessee Tech, we're gaining. We went from 10,000 to 10,500 students this year. The president has a plan to go to 15,000 students. We're the number 2 ranked public institution in Tennessee. Great location. We're right off I-40, 70 miles from Nashville. The town of Cookeville is just this wonderful community college town. Putnam County with Nashville, the 3rd fastest growing city in the country. The sprawl's coming in way. We're increasing right now with residents living in this area. So that vision the president has got me really excited. And we have a blueprint for success. The plan the president shared, we're working on a 5-year plan together for Tennessee Tech football. And I have experience from having the opportunity to be part of that startup at Old Dominion. That was the best startup program in the history of college football, and the vision everybody had for increasing enrollment. What that also does, Kyle, for all of our schools, if we start winning, you get alumni get more involved, more supportive. Your community gets excited because there's more people coming to games, the hotels, the restaurants, everybody feels that experience. And that's something I know we can do at Tennessee Tech. That's something that I know we can do in this league. So I was excited to have a lot of good conversations with the other coaches in the league. We're going to put together a very detailed plan for when we have our league meetings, detailed plan to talk to our presidents, because I want to see this conference grow. Tennessee Tech's going to become a winning football team, and I want to see this conference become a multiple bid league.
Well, no, your team didn't went out and won, and whatever the wins and losses are, I think your team's shown improvement. Have you seen that improvement from your team from when you first got to campus to now?
I did, Kyle. I'm glad you brought that up. The biggest issue we've had is 5 of the first 7 on the road and the injuries, the 2 FBS games. We've had 40 players injured at some point during the season. Having lost our starting quarterback the first game, we just got him back. He's played good football the last 2 weeks. So I felt it Saturday. I'm going to give a lot of credit to Charleston Southern and Gabe. Those guys came in here, man, they played their tails off. That was a good college football game. It was clean, very few turnovers. We didn't have any penalties in the game. They only had 3. So it was a well-played college football game. And I am, Kyle, I'm pleased with the improvement. We got so many young guys playing right now out of necessity, and they've had to grow up so quick. So it was really good to see that development Saturday.
You did talk about the turnovers. There was one key one at the end when Tim Kutras got the interception. So talk about that one, because the game was back and forth, and they made that incredible PAT play. And then when they had the ball again, Tim took it away.
That might be in 31 years the longest play I've ever seen. I think it was 16 seconds. The average play is 6 seconds. That thing took forever, and credit to them for what they did. But to your point, Kyle, the fourth quarter, what we did on defense was so impressive. They had the ball 3 times on our side of the field, twice down around our 20, and they didn't get points. They missed a field goal after we had our only turnover fumble. Then Kutris had the incredible interception that it was even more impressive, Kyle, because one of our D linemen tipped it. So when it was coming to him, the angle of the ball changed. He had to reach behind him to catch it. And then we took good time off the clock, a couple of really big runs by Aiden Littles, kicked a field goal to go up 28-23. And then our defense had to stop them again in the 2-minute drill. So 3 times in the fourth quarter, our defense gave up 0 points when they had the ball on our side of the 50. That was impressive.
What about explosive plays? Tramel Jones had a big play, I believe, and DJ Lincoln had some good plays. It seems like and you've had some big runs this year. That seems to be something that's coming along with this program.
Yeah, for our 8th game, Kyle, this was the first time we had true balance. We had 170 roughly rushing, 170 passing. So we had 340 yards. I'd love to get that number to about 200 with that balance. But, we'd have games like Gardner Webb, when we went there and beat them 52-21 5 weeks ago, we had 340 yards rushing, or we've had a couple 260 pass games. But I was so excited to see the balance. You mentioned Tramel Jones, the well-executed reverse out of Wildcat, and then we had a beautiful throw and catch, Dylan Leibel to DJ Lincoln's off a play action that went for 69 yards and a touchdown. So it was good to see a couple explosive plays, because we're not at the average we want to be points. We'd love to be up around 30. We're at 22 right now. We scored 28 in this one. So adding more explosive plays is what gets you up around that 30 number, and we're going to keep working on that.
Your opponent this week had 572 yards of total offense last week. So what have you seen from them?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Jed a few minutes ago, talking him through some of the logistics of here, and told him he'd feel free to leave his running back at home this week. He might need to study a little more, focus on the academics. What an impressive game, Kyle. If you like offense, now Jed's a defensive guy, so he was miserable in that game, but just the offense, 1,300 yards out of Western Illinois and Lindenwood in that game. And, and credit to Joe Davis out at Western Illinois. They're really getting that system going on offense. Quarterback's playing good. But what I was so impressed with in this game by Lindenwood is, sure, they're struggling on defense, but they got 3 turnovers. And when you're struggling, you're giving up yards, you're giving up points. When you turn somebody over 3 times, your percentage to win the game is up over 80%, no matter what's happening. So their defense hung in, their offense was really impressive. I really like their quarterback. He's good with the ball. He runs it well. And that was just a huge game for them, rushing for 389 yards. So very impressed with Lindenwood. I think Lindenwood's another team, Kyle, that you look at their early schedule, they start out 0-3, and now they're 4-2 in their last 6, and both of their losses are close losses. So they're a 4-5 team because of playing Kansas early and Central Arkansas, Missouri State, a couple really good teams. And now they're starting to hit their stride, like a lot of teams in our league that just get beat up early, and they're playing really good football right now. So this should be an exciting battle on Saturday.
Coach, appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck in that game, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Kyle, when are you coming to Cook Vegas?